Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some essential road trip tips tailored specifically for superbike riders. Whether you're a seasoned rider or planning your first long-distance trip, these tips will help ensure a safe and enjoyable journey. So if you're ready to trade the daily grind for endless highways and breathtaking views, let's get started. Alright, before we even think about hitting the open road, we've got to make sure our trusty steeds are up for the challenge. We're talking about giving your superbike a thorough once-over, checking everything from tire pressure to oil levels. Think of it like this: you wouldn't run a marathon without stretching, right? Same goes for your bike. Make sure those tires are inflated to the right pressure. Check your oil. Nobody wants a seized engine out in the middle of nowhere. And don't even get me started on brakes. You need those bad boys working at 100%. Chain looking a little loose, tighten it up. Trust me, a well-maintained bike is a happy bike, and a happy bike means a happy rider. Okay, so we've got the bike sorted. Now let's talk about you. When you're riding a superbike, you're basically a superhero, and every superhero needs their suit of armor. I'm talking about safety gear, people. Helmet, non-negotiable. Gloves, boots, durable clothing, they're not just accessories, they're your second skin. Plus, the right gear can actually enhance your ride. A good helmet cuts down on wind noise, gloves reduce vibrations, and the right boots give you better control. Alright, now that we've got the bike and the gear sorted, it's time to talk about the heart of any road trip, the route. And let's be real, this is where the superbike magic really comes alive. Forget those boring highways, we're talking about the scenic routes. The winding roads that hug the coastline or snake through mountain passes. But it's not just about finding the prettiest roads, it's about planning smart. Check the road conditions, the weather forecast. Nobody wants to get caught in a downpour on a mountain pass. Remember, it's not a race, it's a journey. Alright, so you've got your bike prepped, your gear on point, and your route mapped out. Now it's time to talk about the essentials, the things you absolutely need to pack for a successful superbike road trip. First things first, a basic toolkit is a must-have. You never know when you might need to make a quick repair on the side of the road. Next up, spare tire and tubes. Trust me, you don't want to be stranded with a flat tire miles from civilization. And speaking of emergencies, a first aid kit is non-negotiable. Now let's talk navigation. A GPS is great, but I also recommend bringing along some good old-fashioned maps. You never know when technology might fail you. And speaking of staying connected, a phone is a must, but consider a two-way radio as well, especially if you're riding in a group. Of course, no road trip is complete without snacks and water. Keep yourself fueled up and hydrated, especially on those long stretches of road. And finally, don't forget some basic clothing and personal items. Let's talk about something that can make or break your superbike road trip, the weather. Now, I'm not talking about checking the forecast once and calling it a day. I'm talking about being fully prepared for whatever Mother Nature throws your way. Rain? Pack a rain suit. Extreme heat? Stay hydrated and take breaks in the shade. Cold weather? Layer up and invest in some heated gear. Remember, the weather can change in an instant, especially in mountainous regions. Alright, now that we've covered the practicalities, let's talk about the actual riding experience. When you're on a superbike road trip, it's not about speed, it's about enjoying the ride. Embrace the rhythm of the road, the flow of the curves. Remember, you're not just riding a motorcycle, you're experiencing the world from a whole new perspective. Let's talk about speed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Superbikes are built for speed, right? And while that's true on a road trip, it's important to adjust your speed according to the road conditions and traffic. Keep a safe following distance, and don't be afraid to slow down and take in the scenery. Trust me, the view is always better when you're not focused on your speedometer. Alright, let's talk about one of the things that sets superbikes apart from other motorcycles, those gears. Shifting gears smoothly is an art form, and it's something that takes practice to master, but when you get it right, it's like you and your bike are one. Remember to use the correct gear for the terrain, and when in doubt, it's always better to err on the side of caution. All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial when you're riding a superbike, especially on a road trip. Focus. And I'm not just talking about staying awake, although that's important too. Avoid distractions, keep your eyes on the road, and stay alert to your surroundings. Remember, riding a superbike is a sensory experience. All right, even the most seasoned superbike riders need to take a break every now and then. Don't try to be a hero and push through fatigue. Find a scenic spot, stretch your legs, grab a bite to eat, and rehydrate. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. Look, I know it's tempting to think that the open road means freedom from all rules, but the reality is, even superbike road trips require following the law. Make sure you're familiar with the local traffic laws and regulations of the areas you'll be riding through. Speed limits, helmet laws, noise restrictions, they're all there for a reason. Be mindful of other drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. Riding a superbike is an incredible experience, but sharing that experience with a group of friends takes it to a whole other level. But group riding, especially on superbikes, requires a different set of skills and awareness. First and foremost, maintain a safe following distance. Don't tailgate and be aware of the riders behind you. Communication is key. Use hand signals or a two-way radio to communicate your intentions. Okay, let's talk about comfort for a minute. When you're spending hours in the saddle, even the smallest discomfort can become a major distraction. That's where ergonomics come in. Take the time to adjust your bike's ergonomics to fit your body. Adjust your handlebars, levers, and foot pegs to find the most comfortable riding position. A comfortable rider is a happy rider, and a happy rider is a safe rider. All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial for any road trip, but especially important when you're riding a superbike: hydration. The wind, the sun, the vibrations, they can all take a toll on your body, and dehydration can sneak up on you faster than you think. Make it a habit to drink water regularly throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Carry a water bottle with you and take advantage of rest stops to refill. Let's face it, riding a superbike, especially for long periods, can be physically and mentally demanding. Fatigue is a real concern, and it's something that can impair your judgment and reaction time. So, what can you do about it? First and foremost, listen to your body. If you're feeling tired, take a break. Find a safe place to pull over, stretch your legs, grab a coffee or a snack, and give yourself a few minutes to recharge. All right, let's talk about something that's often overlooked, but incredibly important for motorcycle safety, especially on road trips. Visibility. Make yourself easy to see, especially during dawn, dusk, and nighttime hours. Wear bright-colored clothing and consider adding reflective strips to your gear or bike. For the love of all that is holy, use your headlights. Let's face it, no matter how prepared you are, emergencies can happen. A flat tire, a dead battery, a sudden downpour, they're all part of the adventure, but knowing how to handle these situations can make all the difference. Familiarize yourself with basic bike repair. Learn how to change a tire, jump-start a battery, and make minor adjustments. Carry a small toolkit with you and don't be afraid to use it. All right, let's talk about something that can make or break your superbike road trip: finding the right accommodations. Now, I'm not talking about just any hotel or motel. I'm talking about places that understand the needs of motorcycle riders. Places with secure parking, maybe even a garage or covered area for your bike. Places that won't bat an eye when you show up in your riding gear. Do your research, read reviews, and book in advance, especially if you're traveling during peak season. All right, let's talk about something that's essential for any road trip, but especially important when you're riding a superbike: fuel stops. Now, I know what you're thinking, just fill up when you're running low, right? And while that's true, there's a bit more to it than that, especially when you're on a superbike. First and foremost, plan your fuel stops in advance. Don't wait until you're running on fumes to start looking for a gas station. And there you have it, folks. These essential tips will help you have a safe and enjoyable road trip on your superbike. Remember to always prioritize your safety and the safety of others on the road. Respect the rules, respect the road, and most importantly, respect the ride. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Happy riding and see you in the next video.